This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on The South Today, a mother and son team take over a Dunedin hairdressing business. The Oamaru Farmers Market celebrates 10 years with cake for its loyal customers. And fine weather means record numbers turn out for this year's Glenorchy fundraising fishing competition. Tēnā koutou katoa namahi o te ahiahi nei, kia ora. I'm Simon Anderson. Earlier today, Ngāi Tahu signed a Southland aquaculture agreement with the government. The agreement culminates 7 years of discussions. It will provide for marine farming in the 16-hectare area off the coast of Rakiura, Stewart Island. Ngāi Tahu has advocated for its rights in the marine aquaculture sector since the 1992 fisheries settlement. The iwi will still need to apply for resource consent for any marine farming activity. Meanwhile, the government is hoping for the New Zealand aquaculture industry to grow to the $3 billion over the next 15 years. And we'll bring you more details on the agreement in tomorrow night's bulletin. A mother and son have teamed up to buy an established Dunedin hairdressing salon. Originally hailing from the UK, one of the pair has a lifetime's experience in hairdressing, while the other has worked in agriculture in 3 countries.
Walking into their family-owned salon, Hannah Spellman and her son Hayden say the decision to buy the established business came easily.
Hayden came to me with the idea. He saw the shop for sale. I was working out at a different barber's at the time. Been cutting hair for 31 years and sort of didn't think I'd own a shop again, but yeah, the opportunity came up. We came and looked at it. Hayden does all the bookkeeping and all of the business side, which I hate doing. And then I do the cutting and the talking, which is my thing, so yeah.
Hannah Spellman has owned and run hair salons in the United Kingdom during 3 decades in the trade and bought hair hunters on Dunedin's George Street in the first week of August, just before the nation went into its second COVID-19 level 4 lockdown.
It's a calculated risk, so yeah. We had the luxury of knowing what was involved this time around, so I think with having the protocols already in place, you kind of knew what you were getting into, so I was quite confident that we could handle it.
Where the mother and son duo took ownership of the business just before lockdown, they chose to revamp the shop, taking out ceiling tiles and painting the roof and beams. Hayden says they've dropped into the Kiwi lifestyle quite quickly, and that's true of him more so, as he's not always been a business manager.
Yes. So I was working out on the Tyree, worked on a dairy farm for 2 years here. Still good friends with them, but kind of moved on to something that's more my own, which is nice.
So he's got another business as well where he sells furniture and appliances, so he can run the 2 businesses alongside each other, which works really well.
Yeah.
The Spellmans immigrated from Great Britain 3 years ago and have firmly put down roots in Dunedin, establishing their family home in North East Valley, which Hannah describes as a lovely community. As well as his own business interests and agricultural career, Hayden is thankful he grew up spending many hours in hair salons.
I fortunately had a good insight to it, watching Mum cut hair and work in various places, so I could understand what was involved. And as far as business goes, it's quite a nice, smooth running business, and just felt comfortable. I understand what's involved.
There's been a smooth transition for Hair Hunters clientele, with the previous owner, Jonathan Khalifa, currently renting a chair from the Spellmans until he moves to Christchurch at the end of the year. Hair Hunters uses a booking-only system, which Hannah Spellman says puts their patrons' minds at ease. In Dunedin, The South Today.
Close to 200 people turned out for the farmers' market in Oamaru over the weekend. The market was allowed to increase its 100-person cap just in time to celebrate 10 years of being open most Sundays near Oamaru Harbour.
Oamaru Farmers Market celebrated 10 years of selling food and produce to the local community every Sunday from their collection of stalls near Oamaru Harbour. co-manager Taka Mandawana says Sunday was an opportunity to recognise the support the market has received from the public over the last decade.
We want to thank the community for always supporting us throughout the years.
After the government lifted its 100-person cap at farmers' markets last week, about 180 turned up for this one, with a celebratory cake as a way of saying thank you to their loyal customers.
It's been an awesome day. As you can see, we've got lots of people here that have come to celebrate with us. We've also had some cake and some treats for the kids and some music, and it's just been a fun day. Organisers say the weekly market has grown since it first started, with a wide range of products now for sale. In Oamaru, the South Today.
One person has been killed and 2 have been injured in a crash on State Highway 1 north of Dunedin. Police say they received a report around 7:30 a.m. of a crash just south of Hawkesbury involving a truck, ute and car. St John confirmed 1 person has died, 1 has serious injuries and another has moderate injuries. Waka Kotahi, the New Zealand Transport Agency, says State Highway 1 remains blocked south of Palmerston this afternoon. You can find further information in the Traffic and Travel section of the Waka Kotahi website. Almost twice as many people as expected turned out for the fishing competition at the head of Lake Wakatipu on Saturday. The funds raised from the annual event will go back into the Glenorchy community.
Organisers of the 40th annual Glenorchy fishing competition on Lake Wakatipu this last weekend were hoping to attract about 150 entrants. But thanks to the lovely spring weather, that number almost doubled to 275 people out in boats and along the lakeshore, hoping to land a prize-winning fish.
It's the 40th year of the fishing comp, and for once the weather is decent, so we're not surprised, but we're very happy.
Organiser Jessica Burke says with all the different age categories and anglers in with a chance of hooking a brown or rainbow trout or even a salmon, there were a lot of prizes to be given away at the end of the day.
A ton of prize categories. There's a lot of chances to win. We even do categories for best hard luck story, smallest fish, there's even an ugliest fish prize. So we hope to be able to give a lot of prizes away today.
And the funds raised are set to go back into the local community at the top of the lake.
We're raising money for the Glenorchy Playgroup to support our running costs for the year, help buy like pipe cleaners, markers, arts and crafts supplies, all the stuff the kids love, and just keep the playgroup going.
In Glenorchy, the South Today.
Still to come on the South Today, a mural has appeared paying tribute to a Dunedin identity, and Dunedin scientists have developed a new way to test for COVID-19. Ka kite a konei.
All new episodes of Put Some Colour in Your Life are now screening on Channel 39. Take a look at Australian artists and the techniques they use in their studio. Put Some Colour in Your Life. Tuesdays, 7:30.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
How's it going at my mate John's? So far, so good. You know, so far, so good. He's having a lounge suite sale. Comedy was never John's thing. Luckily, furniture is. And this weekend, he's taken 15 to 50% off all lounge, from beanbags to electric recliners. John's got it in stock, ready to go. So far, so good. Only at John's Furniture Warehouse.
Furniture from Stafford Street. And my mate John.
Risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
A poorly maintained heat pump can lose up to 35% of its output. The Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner team are experts. Their specially developed chemical wash is totally biodegradable. Call Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner and get the job done by the professionals.
No mai anō, welcome back. An artistic tribute to the late Joan Butcher has appeared on a central Dunedin building. This colourful urban or graffiti art styled piece appears on the back of Dunedin's Bow Repairs building in Cumberland Street. The Dunedin identity died in Dunedin Hospital on August at the age of 67 after years of ill health. A service to celebrate her life is expected to take place once the city returns to Level 1. Nearly 140 students have registered to return to Dunedin from Auckland following Level 3 restrictions easing somewhat in Auckland last week. The new provisions will allow tertiary students to return to their places of study. Students are required to provide both a negative COVID-19 result from a test taken 3 days before departing Auckland, as well as 2 COVID-19 tests once they are in Dunedin. Students who arrive back to university-owned accommodation are to inform their head of college upon arrival. Scientists working in a Dunedin laboratory have developed a new machine for detecting COVID-19 in a small sample of saliva, and all in just 25 minutes. Those behind the development are hoping to have the groundbreaking testing device available in New Zealand and across the world in the near future.
In this small laboratory in Dunedin, a team of scientists from the company Microgem are putting the finishing touches on a machine that can detect the presence of the active COVID-19 virus in just a small spit of saliva, and all in just 25 minutes. Chief Scientific Officer Dr. David Saul says the portable little machine is designed to be easily set up in airports, schools, gyms and dental offices, and has the potential to revolutionise the worldwide fight against COVID.
Because it's just a simple saliva test, you're just spitting into a cup. By the time you've had your muffin and your coffee in the lounge at the airport, you've got a result at the end of it, and that's how we see it going. So it's not designed to take over. It's not designed to take over for the high throughput laboratory. This is a point of use, point of care instrument.
It's taken about a year and a half to make the testing machine, with much of the work subcontracted overseas. Saul says Microgem employs just 13 staff in New Zealand, with another 218 staff overseas, mostly working in manufacturing plants. And he says having this laboratory in Dunedin has worked out well for the company.
The University of Otago is remarkably good. Most of our staff here we've got from the University of Otago, so we've got these talented young people who are absolutely world class. Very often when you get people, when they first come, they take a lot of training. These guys just walk straight into it.
The testing device is now close to getting FDA approval for the US market, and he says New Zealand is likely to see the machine in use as well, with this country having been ideal for testing out new technologies in the past.
New Zealand is a great place to test out new technologies. We've always done that. The EFTPOS card. I came from England in 1984 and I'd never seen anything like it. I could use a piece of plastic on a bus. You know, we're a good trial bed. We're a sophisticated society.
The machine was originally developed as a diagnostic unit for testing patients that were having organ rejection. But the COVID-19 pandemic created an opportunity for them to do something much more groundbreaking. 1,000 machines are already sitting in a warehouse, and Saul is keen to point out the device actually does work. Unlike the Theranos scandal headed by Elizabeth Holmes, where a medical testing machine that didn't work was used in a multi-billion-dollar rip-off only a few years ago.
Everybody in the scientific community is jaw-dropped that she made, I think it was a $13 billion company at one point, out of absolute fraudulent work. No, this isn't fraudulent. It works. You've actually just seen it work. We've put a lot of effort into that. We're using standard technologies, but we've packaged them together in a novel way. And we are rigorously checked. The FDA have been brutal.
While the machine currently takes 25 minutes to test a saliva sample for COVID-19, Saul says he can see the test being sped up to a total of just 5 minutes in the near future. In Dunedin, the South Today.
After the break on the South Today, Invercargill joins the space race, and we take a look at your midweek weather. Hei koko aki nei.
All new episodes of Put Some Colour in Your Life are now screening on Channel 39. Take a look at Australian artists and the techniques they use in their studio. Put Some Colour in Your Life, Tuesdays, 7:30.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
How's it going at my mate John's? So far, so good. He's having a lounge suite sale. And this weekend, he's taken 15 to 50% off all lounge, from beanbags to electric recliners.
My mate John.
If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
A poorly maintained heat pump can lose up to 35% of its output. The Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner team are experts. Their specially developed chemical wash is totally biodegradable. Call Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner and get the job done by the professionals.
MTF Finance can help you turn the key on your next vehicle with a loan made just for you. TCs and lending criteria apply.
What have you got? Okay. Chicks World, party time, excellent. Love it. Chicks World. Chicks World. Right.
Hoki mai noa. A space operations business in Southland has grown to the extent it has become a standalone company. Called Space Operations New Zealand Limited, the business has undergone exponential growth in recent years with increasing demand from international small satellite companies. Based in Awarua, just south of Invercargill, the facility helps satellite owners communicate with their satellites. Southland is ideally located for the ground station because of its proximity to the South Pole and the flat land that gives excellent horizon sightlines. And now recapping tonight's top stories on the South Today. A mother and son team take over a Dunedin hairdressing business. The Oamaru Farmers Market has celebrated 10 years with cake for all its loyal customers. And fine weather means record numbers turn out for this year's Glenorchy fundraising fishing competition. And now for a look at what's happening in tomorrow's ODT, we welcome Associate Editor Joe Simpson. Kia ora, Joe.
Hi. Tomorrow, event organisers are concerned about how the vaccine certificates will work. We have 18 seasonal workers have arrived in Central Otago under strict COVID guidelines to help with the summer fruit harvest. The DC says it will not replace undersized stop signs at the site of a fatal crash until the end of their useful service life. And there is a new site confirmed for the car park building for the New Zealand Hospital.
All right, that's great. Thanks, Joe.
Thank you.
And time now for a look at the weather.
Tonight's weather proudly brought to you by Mole Map.
Beginning with the southern view, Dunedin's splendid St Paul's Cathedral amongst flowers. Looking at the situation, temperatures will remain mild this week and through the weekend as a northerly airflow dominates our weather patterns, but there are signs of much colder weather next week. Not all is pleasant though. Heading to the northwest of the South Island, it's rain for both Westport and Greymouth on 16 and 17 degrees. Rain too at the top of the island, Nelson and Blenheim only slightly cooler on 15 and 16 degrees. And while showers are lighter, Canterbury is still wet, Kaikoura and Ashburton reaching 16 degrees, Christchurch 14. Looking at what's in store for the southern towns, Catlins, Balclutha, Lumsden and Gore can all expect moderate northeasterlies with some clouds and a high of 16 degrees. Travelling westward to the Central Lakes region, Wanaka, Queenstown and Alexandra can all expect moderate northerlies, bringing showers later on with a high of 17 degrees. Te Anau is in for moderate northeasterlies and some cloud and a high of 16. Looking at the northern towns, Timaru and Oamaru can expect fresh northeasterlies with cloudy skies and a high of 14 degrees. Inland, Twizel and Domarama are in for moderate northerlies and showers later on and a high of 17. In Dunedin, it'll be cloudy tonight with northeasterlies and an overnight low of 10. Overcast and cool tomorrow with fresh, breezy northeasterlies, some drizzle patches or light spitty showers at times, but you can expect dry periods too. A high of 13 and a low of 10 degrees. And cloud will start breaking with some sunny periods developing on Thursday. Winds will decrease and temperatures will become warmer. A high of 19 and a low of 10 again. And Invercargill can expect clear skies tonight with an overnight low of 9. It'll be fine tomorrow and Thursday with high cloud and moderate mild northeasterly winds. Tomorrow's high will be 17 degrees with an overnight low of 9 and it's 19 on Thursday with a low of 9 degrees. And that's the news this Tuesday. For the latest news from the southern region, head online to odt.co.nz and you can follow Channel 39 on Facebook and YouTube. Like and subscribe to be notified of that southern news as it happens. Nō reira, kia pai te pō, ka kite anō.
This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.